for the first time in a very, very long time, maybe ever, since having our two girls, I'm alone for a pretty long time. It's 3 hours down and 3 hours back. So I'm getting to think a lot and listening to podcasts and having silence and being in my own head and just having to make sure that I go the right way and not run anyone over. So I'm just thinking and listening to the Roots and Refuge podcast. She was talking about how one of the things that she wanted to have be culture, or is culture, in her home is their ability to notice beauty and be present and stuff like that. And so that immediately made me think of Quinn, who is 4. She will tell you she's turning 5. Actually, the other day she said, well, next year I will be 6. So now apparently I should just describe her as my daughter Quinn, who next year she will be turning 6, which makes time fly so fast. But it made me think of her, and we are together all the time. She is strong-willed. She is me. She cares so deeply, but she's willing to fight for things. And so sometimes we butt heads, and we're together all the time, so we don't really get a break from each other. And sometimes I forget how special she is, and how, what do I want to say? How big her heart is, and how much she notices. And the other day I was pulling up weed fabric in the garden, and I told her that there might be snakes, and I'm terrified of snakes. And she lit up and was so excited because, Mama, I'm not afraid of snakes. I'll get them. And so here I am pulling up the weed fabric, trying not to look underneath and just fold it and not see if there are snakes. And she is right behind me, searching the ground, hoping there are snakes. And she found all of these ants. And she goes, Mama, come here. And so I'm working really hard at being more present and in less of a rush. So I obviously go there. And then she shows me, she's like, Mom, look at all these ants. And so we just sat there watching the ants that I uncovered, scrambling. They were carrying eggs. And if somebody that knows ants can tell me, they were carrying these little white things that I'm assuming are eggs. And I don't know if they were their eggs or they stole them from something or what was going on, but that's beside the point. Quinn was just really excited that there were all of these ants. There were thousands of them. And she even laid down on her stomach and rested her elbows on her hands and just watched. And she even asked me for my phone so that she could take video of them. And so that she could show Dad later. And she just was so enthralled in it. And the other day, she noticed a flower that looked different than the other flowers on the tree. And she just wanted to show me it. And looked at it for a while because she thought it was so beautiful. And then I will always remember if somebody says, I want to notice the beautiful things. I remember one time when she was on my last nerve. It was late. I was trying to get things done. It was late. It was cold. Next thing I know, she's laying on her back in the snow, just laying there. And I'm like, come on, Quinn, let's go. We gotta go. And she goes, Mama, And I go, what, Quinn? And she goes, Mama, look at the stars. And it just stopped me in my tracks, because if my daughter thinks that I need to stop and look at the stars, I'm going to stop and look at the stars. So I laid down next to her, and the world was quiet, and we just stared at the stars. And she goes, Mama, they're so bright tonight. Like, in the middle of rushing and everything, she looked up, noticed the stars, decided to lay down, and asked me to lay down with her so that we could look at them together. And I hope she never loses that. And I hope that I never lose her to stop me and show me those things. And she's just amazing. And so while I'm thinking about growing the culture in our house, and what I am really hoping my girls get from me and Brian and the world around them, I was reminded of how amazingly they have learned to stop and look at the beautiful things. So while I'm driving the next about hour and 15 minutes home, I am making a promise to myself, or setting a standard. I'm going to actively seek out times where my daughters and my friends and Brian ask me to stop and look at something and notice what they think is important and beautiful. And I'm going to try hard to invite them to see more of what I think is beautiful. Because in a world where everything is going so fast and asking you to function so much faster than you actually really can, and especially in a world where it's getting harder and harder to tell what's real because of AI, I am going to make sure that I never take away or downplay the importance and beauty in stopping and noticing little things and inviting the ones that you care about to see them with you. So those are my road trip thoughts. Thanks for coming. See you next time.